How's it going today, everybody? And welcome to Ferris, wait for it,
Bueller
Provincial Park. So this park is located 2 hours east of Toronto. It's a very small park, cut out in the Trent River system. It's actually very close to a loch and very close to the small, picturesque town of Campbellford, Ontario. So yeah, let's check out Ferris Provincial Park, not to be confused with Ferris Bueller's Day Off or a Ferris wheel. So let's see what this place has to offer.
They bought it.
We began packing on a busy Friday in late August, ultimately bracing for the busy drive across the GTA. Ferris is located on the east side of Toronto, which made choosing the 407 toll highway an easy choice for the time of day we were leaving at. Just prepare yourself because places to stop for bathrooms are pretty scarce when you get past Oshawa. We had to pull over and do our business in a less than acceptable excuse for a bathroom. After that degrading experience, we continued on and were looking forward to our planned stop in Peterborough so we could grab a pita at Pita Pit. After taking a break, enjoying a real bathroom, and watching my pita fall apart, we headed out for the final stretch to Ferris. Located in Northumberland County, the park's land was originally owned by James Marshall Ferris and his descendants. In 1960, the province acquired the land and opened the park. It was threatened by closure in 1994 but revived by the local Rotary Club and its members. Finally, in 2002, a suspension bridge was built by the 8th Wing of CFB Trenton to cap off a wonderful feature for the town of Campbellford and the park. And please do subscribe to the channel and join us on our future camping trips. What the
Alright guys, we did make it to Ferris Provincial Park, so we got set up tonight, just kind of winding the night down, had a few nice snacks, and now we're gonna take it easy, hit the sack, and we'll see you in the morning and see what Ferris Provincial Park has to offer. Morning everyone, it's a cool August morning and the sun is coming out, so we did make it through the night here at Ferris Provincial Park, and this morning we're going to get some breakfast going, and it's going to be part of the healthy plan. It'll be fruit smoothies. So this is totally healthy stuff, raw breakfast, and you can't beat it. It really gets you off to a great start for the day. So we are going to have our smoothies, and then we're going to go check out the sights at Ferris Provincial Park. So it should be pretty interesting. There's a nice little suspended footbridge you can go on, and we're definitely going to go see that. So stay tuned for our fruit smoothies and a tour of Ferris Provincial Park. Anyway guys, you're probably wondering, how are we going to do fruit smoothies in the middle of the forest without power? So, solution to that is, we got this little Ninja Blast blender, and we tried it out. It's pretty good, it does work. So let's check it out and see how this little guy works. So doing fruit smoothies in the forest can be quite challenging, especially if you buy it at Zehrs and half of it is actually garbage before you even open it up. So that's one thing I had to deal with. We're going to see how long it holds up. I don't have a lot of confidence in the fresh fruit holding up. And unfortunately, most smoothies are done with frozen fruit, but that is just not possible right now. So we're going to do a third of the blender of spinach. Now we do some lemon and lime juice, just a dash of vanilla. Now some flax oil. Now we're going to add some fruit to the max fill line, d'orange, and some apple, or in German you would call it Äpfel. Don't push it down too much and add a little bit of water. Cap her off. Okay, we're just going to dump this into the bowl.
chia seeds.
You want a spoon? Well, that works.
And guys, this is a great way to start breakfast in the morning. It's completely healthy. You're not going to feel bloated right away. And it's really good for the cholesterol. Not much protein in here, but we will get our protein later on today. And my wife is looking at me like, yes, there is protein in here. What kind of protein is in here? And I think today people worry a lot about getting their protein. I hear that a lot. Oh, I'm not getting enough protein. I'm not getting enough protein. Well, I don't think we need that much protein. We need enough for our daily requirements, and that's it. Here's where I get my protein. Alright guys, it is mid-afternoon and we are finally back. Instead of eating lunch here, we decided to go out into the town of Campbellford and taking a little lunch at 52 North Pub and Grill, which was quite delicious actually. And interestingly enough, it was one of the few places we found a Beyond Burger, so that's why we went there. And turned out it was pretty nice. Had a little nice patio in the back with a pear tree right in the middle. So I would highly suggest that place the next time, or if you do come to Ferris Provincial Park. Right now, we're just chilling out for the afternoon, and we are quite filled up, so it'll probably be a light dinner tonight, and then we'll see where it goes. Now, we did take a brief trip down to the river and took one of the, I believe it was the Rainy Falls Trail, and it's supposed to have an overlook of the falls, which didn't really have any kind of an overlook at all. And when I went down to the embankment, it was just kind of like a dried up riverbed. You're actually not supposed to go down there. There's a lot of signs that say don't go down there. So it is a small park. There isn't a lot going on here. There is a little playground, a couple campgrounds. I think there's about 70 sites in total. And yeah, there's not much to it. It's good for kayakers. I see a lot of kayakers down by the water launching. So if you have a kayak, probably not a bad place to be. Now the park is located close to a town called Campbellford. It's actually only 2 kilometers away, and it's quite a nice town. There's quite a few restaurants in the downtown area. Yeah, check out Campbellford when you're here. And I actually saw an original Stedman's down there, so that's something definitely worth to check out. And it is interesting to know that this area has been devastated by the emerald ash borer. So they have taken a lot of trees down in the area. You might find a lot of dead wood and such, which is actually quite nice because you can use it as kindling as long as you don't let the park rangers see you. There also is another phenomena going on here. It's the pale tiger moth that seems to drop from the trees every once in a while. So just be careful of your food. Alright guys, it's been a long afternoon and a weary afternoon. So we're going to get into some what they call corn ribs. And it's basically corn quartered off. And we're going to try to do it over the fire, see how it tastes. So get ready for some corn ribs and get ready for an evening of fun. We still got one more day to go and we're looking forward to it. So stay tuned and check out some corn ribs coming up. Okay guys, the corn ribs are almost done. I'm a little bit concerned because I usually cook them in the oven, but this time they're on the fire, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. Could be a little bit soggy-ish, could be undone, we don't know. I think having troubles getting the fire started worked because it has a nice smoky flavor to it, which I've never had before in the oven. So that is quite nice. So corn ribs, I might do this again, or we could call it smoky corn ribs this time. So yeah, smoky corn ribs. And what is that guy yelling about over there?
He's entertaining kids.
Ah, he's entertaining kids. That's it. Okay, so that's understandable, because I thought somebody was going mentally insane. Anyways, let's enjoy our corn ribs and let's enjoy the rest of the night, and we'll see you in the morning. Morning, everybody. So it's day 2 here at Ferris Provincial Park. So we're just going to get the day started with a little bit of pour over coffee, which I find is actually amazing. And then we're going to get into some black bean burgers for breakfast, which is kind of weird, but our menu got shuffled a little bit, which is why we're going to do the black bean burgers. And all right, guys, that's it. That's your black bean burger for kind of a brunch now. So we're gonna fire these back and we'll see you soon for a little tour of the park. So yeah, black bean burgers finally, after like 4 hours of trying to get a fire started. So these are gonna be good. And you know, I really do enjoy the classic black bean. They seem to have disappeared as of late because of the takeover of Beyond and Impossible, but they're a really good burger. Very tasty, very spicy, and a great way to start the day. Okay guys, we are just taking a little hike down, I believe it's a suspension bridge trail, but we're trying to find Rainy Falls, and we're following the river. We definitely are following the river, and I hear something. I hear water rushing, but I can't see falls anywhere. So we'll see if we can find Rainy Falls and if we can find that suspension bridge. So that's the big feature of this park, is a large suspension bridge that crosses the river, and we're gonna go check that out. So stay tuned. Okay guys, looks like we found Rainy Falls. So the signs lied a little bit. So let's check this place out. So you can see the suspension bridge out yonder, and it's actually a tiny little viewing area, only room for a couple people down here, so choose your moments wisely. There happens to be nobody down here at the time, which is quite nice for myself. But you can see your suspension bridge back there, your kayakers, and it really looks like a cool spot to swim too. I mean, really, if you could get out there and do some jumping off that ledge, that would be awesome. But I do not think they would allow that, and you probably would end up getting a ticket, so I wouldn't do it. And as you can see, there used to be a set of stairs going down here, but they are now closed off. And I guess what it is, they could expect a surge of water coming through this river at any time, so that's why they don't allow people down here. So there you have your pet exercise area, a nice little fenced-in area for nice little fenced-in area for off-leash pets. All right, off to the suspension bridge. Looks like the trail is getting a little bit sketchy, and do be careful while walking the trails here. There is quite a bit of poison ivy, so watch out for that. Okay guys, this is the suspension bridge in Ferris Provincial Park, and I can feel it bounce a little, and that's what I like to see. I like a little bounce in my bridges. And yeah, I can always appreciate a bridge that you can see below as you're walking. Just makes it that much more of a scarier experience. And there is an adjacent parking lot at the town of Campbellford where you can check out the bridge as well if you don't want to come to the park. Okay, that'll be it. You've seen one bridge, you've seen them all. Let's get on to the next thing. So next time you're in Ferris, come check out the suspension bridge. It's probably the only good thing this park really has, other than campsites, which is really all you need. And so this is the playground located near the boat launch area, and we'll get to the boat launch area in a sec. I just want to show you something very quickly. So this is the stone wall of Ferris, and it's an ancient European technique of just basically stacking stone without mortar in perfectly shaped patterns to create a wall that's very sturdy. So that's a little bit of an ancient feature here. Okay guys, we're heading down to the boat launch area, and basically it's where you rent your kayaks out. Well, you rent them out of the park office. They have keyed lock kayaks, and you access them down here. And I believe it's $25 for an hour for a single and $35 for a double kayak. Alright guys, one thing to note while driving through this park, it is extremely dusty. So do not wash your car before you come here. You will have to wash it again afterwards.
What's that, Steve?
Okay guys, so we got our ingredients ready, and what we're gonna have this afternoon, it's called raw wraps. And actually I'll show you in a sec. Yeah, so this is a combination of sweet potato, sweet onion, apples, dates, apple cider vinegar, and a few other things to make it stick together. Psyllium husk being the main ingredients. So these are pretty strong, and they are completely gluten-free. You don't buy these in grocery stores. You have to make them at home with a food dehydrator. This is an everything bagel recipe, so it's really got a nice oniony smell to it. Is that even a word, oniony? I don't think so, but I just made it up. And another thing we like to do, instead of bringing avocados, because they're an actual real pain in the butt, is get these wholly smashed avocado little tubs. So it's basically one serving in each, and you just crack it open whenever you need it, and you don't have to use a whole avocado, and you don't have to go through the hassle of trying to get a ripe avocado timed out right for your camping trip. So these are a great little godsend, and we get them at our local Costco, if you so do dare to battle Costco. So that is it guys, that is a raw wrap, and these things, they are pretty tough, but they do tend to rip, so you really have to be a little bit careful with them, but they're not bad. Yeah, this is super delicious with the guac. You can do this with a peanut sauce as well. You can do it with a hot chili sauce, but these are really good. They just melt in your mouth, and again, no bloating afterwards. Just pure healthy goodness. And there you got it guys, a little bit of a strange meal. It's actually authentic wood-fired smoked tofu, barbecued smoked tofu. So a bit of a strange meal, kind of a last minute thing. Didn't quite work out the way I thought, but nonetheless it should be good. We got some little potatoes there. Yeah, definitely a nice wood-fired taste, which you're not going to get anywhere else but in the middle of the woods. So we'll see you soon. Morning everyone. So it is Monday morning at Ferris Provincial Park and we're gonna wrap it up this morning, have a little breakfast and then head out, and that'll be it. So my final thoughts on Ferris: it is a very nice park. The campsites are actually very nice. The campsites are very spacious. As for swimming, there isn't a lot of swimming going on here. It's basically a kayak only park. It's only situated by a river. So there is swimming available at sites such as Presqu'île and Sandbanks as well, and I believe North Beach as well, which is a very nice beach, and you can get on there absolutely free with a Ferris pass. You just have to drive there, so that is always something to think about. There's a mixture of forested campgrounds as well as open campgrounds. I would probably choose the forested campgrounds because they just tend to be a little bit nicer. It's just that you don't get a lot of sun. So each campground does have a comfort station. It's a little bit old and dingy, but they're not too bad. It's better than nothing. Each campground as well has vault toilets, so you can choose those if you really want to. And basically the main attraction of the park is the suspension bridge. It does get quite busy out there, as I found, and people love to go out there and take photos and stuff. There is a nice little rock bank out there, but I don't think you want to test it out by going out there. It's actually against the park rules to break the barriers and go out onto the riverbed. Other than that, it's been a great weekend, good food. We're gonna get some plant-based bacon tomato sandwiches going now, and that'll be it.